Welcome back. So last lesson you noticed there weren't any products in my actual request right here to get all my products. Now we need to seed the database in order to get those products. We could start doing that in here actually in the development mode, because that's not something we want to do in the production mode. So we could start just calling add right here and creating our first entity products right here. Let's make a new product entity. We could give it a name. We could give it the name of Lego 1 right here. And then we could kind of save this in here by calling context.save changes. And there we go. Now we would save our first product. But as you'll see, this would start to grow, because when we start to get more tables, our database would grow, right? We would start having more relations, a lot of things would go on, and this would just grow. And the truth is, it's only something we built for development mode in order to have some data to work with in development mode. So how can we do it a different way? What I'm going to do is, for now, just get rid of all of this and move it into its own file right here. So let's just get rid of all of this, and instead what we're going to do is I made a small database seeder actually under the data access project. I made a small DB seeder, and let's just have a look at it because it's very simple. The seeder is actually just where we go first and send in a DB context right here into the constructor. And then we call something seed development, is a method I made that does exactly the same you just saw me do inside the code in the startup file. And then in the end, it adds a couple of products and saves the changes. So it's a very, very simple class right here. And I'm not going to do a test driven or anything like that, because this is just for configuration, just for development to seed the database. This is not something that's going to be used for production again, because in production I'm either going to do migration if I need new data, or I need to change the schema of the database. But this is just for local development to kind of see changes when I'm running my system right here. So I'll jump into the startup file, and now instead of actually calling that creation right here, I'm going to instead just call new DB seeder like this. That's going to come from this file right here. And that seeder needs a context, so I'll pass in the context just like we used before. And then I'll do .seed development. And that's all I have to do. And again, I'm trying to keep the logic of seeding the database out of the configuration file, so it doesn't end up having like 10,000 files right here, or lines of code right here. Instead, the seeder will just take care of doing that for me. And let's try and restart the system now to kind of see if that seeder works. And again, it's a very simple thing to work with here. I just go in and seed it, and then I call the seed development to kind of get that data into my system right here. And then again, I ensure created and deleted right here, again, only for development mode now, because then I know that I can add a blank schema and also add some new products to the actual system. If for some reason some were deleted, I'm now going to recreate them for you. So let's just see if it works right here. I'll go in and say API products, try it out, execute, and there we go. Now we have the 3 Legos available. So now we know we have a full running system, and we can actually start working on our Angular application. So that means we're actually done with this part of the task. Now we actually have some data available that we can use. Our get all products web API plus setup is done. So let's just end the task right here and say it's done. Stop it, yes, stop now, and drag it into done right here. We just need the next one, which is going to be next lesson, where we're going to start working on our front end, our Angular part of the application. So that's it for this lesson. See you next time. We will have even more fun with an actual front end. See you next time. Bye.